Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so pleased to have my friend Jean here with me today. We haven't worked together for a few weeks, and always enjoy being with you, Jean. So thank you for
It's
being
nice
with
to be
me
back,
today.
Allie, and I just want to say hello to everybody. So nice to see you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to reach out and call out some names, but I want to just come out with a couple of things that Jean usually has cleans up for me that I forget, but this morning I actually remembered. So, first of all, we can read for you, of course, pretty much anything. We don't prefer doing health or legal issues or that kind of thing. We can, if you're wanting a medium reading, we need you to put the name and relationship of the person that you would like to reach. If you're wanting to do a reading for an animal, that's perfectly fine. Tell us if it's alive or deceased and the name of the animal. And you can ask regular psychic questions. It really is helpful for us if you can tell us, for instance, I would like to get a message from my guides. Tell us about what, if you can. If you can. I mean, general messages are always nice, but if you can say, I'd like to get a message from my guides on my spiritual path, how I'm doing, or my finances, or my relationship with my work coworkers, or something like that. That would be helpful. Did I miss anything, Jean?
No, I think that's
Did I
everything,
miss
Allie. You
something?
did good.
All right, good.
Hmm.
All right. So, still low energy today, and I apologize for that. I've been sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. However, in between all that sleeping, if you get a chance to watch the Naiad movie on Netflix, I wasn't going to watch it. Just didn't interest me. But it was really good. And I don't know if you remember Diana Naiad, the swimmer. She swam from Cuba to Key West, and she tried 5 times and was successful at 64 years old. So
Wow.
there's nothing that can stop us. You know that age doesn't matter if you have the want or the need to do something. So I just want to pass that along. And if you get a chance, check it out. If you don't
Yeah,
like it,
sounds
you can
very
always
sounds very
go ahead, Jean.
inspiring, and especially for Netflix to put it out, it must have been a really good
Mhm.
story to it. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Good for her.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
Annette Bening and actually Jodie Foster was in it, and I really enjoyed watching Jodie Foster in it. Um, she actually played a part of a person that she is. You know that Jodie just, I don't think she just came out, but it came out that she was married to a woman. She's actually married to David Hedison's daughter, and he used to be on Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, I believe,
Oh,
which was
wow.
an old show back in the day. So yes, and I think she's more comfortable in her skin now that everybody knows, and it's no big deal anymore. She just seems to be.
Hmm.
So all right. So my apologies for butting in, Jean. I'll try to.
No, that's okay. I think there may be a little bit of a lag, so that's okay. Just bumping into each other with the stories
Yeah.
back and
But
forth.
right. All right. So we've got beautiful cat mama here today, and we've got Lottie B. And you know what? It's me. Everything's lagging with me. It takes a while for things to show up. So I'm just going to name you people: Christine Fryer, Vicky Howell, Teresa Ford, Nancy Riker, Linnea, Lottie. Hypnicity's here. It was good to see you yesterday, dear, even though you couldn't see me. I was I was at Val's class, and I was laying in my bed listening, so I didn't have my camera on. Froxy Roxy, by the way, Froxy, your poem was beautiful, and Diana appreciated it a great deal. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Wiki, Jessica Lynn, Debbie No, Joyful Journey, Aquila, Kimberly Cano, Renee Lopez. I don't know what this means, Renee. Rebecca would like to reach Michael. I don't know what that means. If you could put up what that actually means, that would be helpful. Hi, Lori Hunsinger and Ann Simpson. All right, let's see. I got Debbie. No. All right. Debbie Kane. Oh, thank you, my dear. You're always so sweet to me, Deb. Thank you. Hypnicity, Wiki. I think we've got enough questions. I'm going to just say because I'm clicking them off right now. All right. Yeah, fall is about resting. Absolutely. Hi, Flower Beauty. All right, Laura Hammond Davis. All right, Flower Beauty. My real name is Rebecca. Michael's. Oh, so what is Michael to you, Renee? Is he your brother, your boyfriend, a friend? That's all. Just let us know. Hi, Mary Thornberry. Okay, so we got 13 questions, and so I'm going to go ahead and close the chat. Whoever's on Jean's channel as a moderator, would you please say that the questions are now closed? And those of you on my chat, I can write questions closed, because it takes a while for us to read. Oh, your best friend. Thank you so much, Renee. All right. So I got everybody that had already posted, and the questions are now closed. So thank you so much. So this is who I have. I have Nancy, Anne, Lottie, Vicky, Joyful Journey, Debbie No, Hypnicity, Wiki, Michelle, Linnea, Flower Beauty, Cat Mama, and that's it. If I missed you, right now is the time to tell me. I don't think I did, but if I did, all right, you're welcome. And that's the order we're going to go, or maybe not. I don't know. So we'll start with Nancy. She would love a message from her dad, Homer.
Okay. Hi, Nancy. Thanks for being here. And thank you, everybody, for being here. It's so nice to see everybody bright and early on a Sunday morning on a wonderful, sunny November afternoon. And it's so lovely. And I just appreciate everybody being here. And Allie, you spoiled me by you being in control of the chat and the questions. It allows me to go into my altered state of consciousness to connect to the spirit and then just stay there. So it's really a big treat. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Dad Homer, Nancy. I see him wearing a hat, and it's a hat that he puts on with one hand. It looks like a hat with a rim on it. He seems he's showing me that he's wearing like snow clothes or winter clothes, or really knew how to dress in the warmth. I'm not sure if he spent a lot of time outside or if he worked outside, that he needed to be bundled up and have the warmth around him. He's showing me snow and shoveling. He's showing me that it's a magical time of year. It's like the whole landscape changes, and your outlook and your experience changes, and the way that you do things change. He's saying embrace this change. He's saying embrace the diversity in the landscape, in the weather, in your outlook, and the way that we change our behavior. It's similar to Allie wanting to rest, and Deb saying this is the time of year that we all go in and rest. And he just wants you to embrace the change, welcome the change, allow yourself the time and the grace to change your energy, or the at the rate of the speed that you run. And he's saying that the spring flowers will come before you know it. He's just showing me a whole bouquet of really like wildflowers and spring flowers. And they're kind of like very like thin and kind of very, delicate type of stems to the flowers. And he's saying these new flowers that will come this next year are just going to be like something we haven't seen and experienced, and it'll be a sweeter. The new that's coming will be sweeter than we have experienced before. So he's talking cryptic. So there you go, Nancy.
Maybe they all mean something to her. We were talking the other day about that plumber's butt. Remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah, somebody came right in with and it was a belt, his belt with the crack on top. Like you could tell it wasn't the whole thing. It was just a belt with the crack coming out.
Uh,
Oh,
I was
Nancy says
probably
he
brought
had
that up. I said, yeah, yeah, he had a green thumb. Yeah. That's awesome. No, I
yeah, that
brought that
was
up because we were talking about weird stuff, and I said Gene has the yeah. All right, Nancy. So I get here that uh, he's recognizing, of course, ancestry, and he's saying, "I'm up here with a bunch of all our ancestors. It's really cool to find out information about them, and I'm just enjoying it." Or maybe he's saying it might be time for you to do a little bit of ancestral looking. If you haven't done genealogy, it might be fun for you to do. But I think he's mostly saying, "I'm the little guy. I'm the youngest one here. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are older." He said, "Just know that as an act of love, I observe you all the time. I'm always looking, and this person has some binoculars. I may be far away, but I'm right beside you at the same time." And then I get, he sees some change coming, and so I pulled a clarifying card because I don't know what the change is, but he says that you are new beginnings are coming your way. Well, we are dealing with the end of the year, but it may be something that's totally different than just a year changing. It could be that something's coming for you that's new, and I sense it's beautiful. It's not a bad looking card. So anyway, he says he's with you, Nancy. Thank you very much.
it's really
Hello,
beautiful, Ellie.
Juanita. Yeah. All right. Thank you. I'd like to get a message from our guides about me right now. Am I on the right track or not? Well, Anne, it's Monday morning in New Zealand, and I would say, I'm sorry.
Because of Monday.
Yes.
Monday.
Can't trust that day.
So you're right, Anne. You're suspecting something. My pendulum is going in a circle, and it seems to be that there are some changes that are coming up. There's some sort of a redirection that's going to be coming up, and it's very, very strongly in a circle. And was not a yes, and it was not a no. It was definitely a circle, and that's free will. So you may want to do some writing or do some meditation, or when I say writing, I mean like automatic writing, and think of all the different directions and kind of put them in order of which one excites you the most, or which one brings you the most joy, and which one you feel the most compelled to, or you have the most invested in, like if you're really dedicated, or you're it just really thrills you, and you have some enthusiasm behind it, and perhaps just recalibrate a little bit and take a step back and look to see where you would like to go. No, but you're right. For you to ask that question, I think you're right.
Yep. All right, Anne. So what I get is take some time in meditation, of course. We hate hearing that. But, that could just be sitting and relaxing, or even taking time before you go to sleep to just, sort of download the day. But I'm getting that they want you to be able to set boundaries. And so if you're having a boundary issue around your spiritual path, or your spiritual, make sure you set them. It's very, very hard. Sometimes we don't even think about that we haven't set them. So that's important, because that is going to bring you the peace that you so deserve and you need. And you'll feel you'll feel more fulfilled with what you're doing. I think it will be like you don't have to ask the question anymore. You already know the answer. So much love and luck to you, Anne. Absolutely. Oh, good. Very good. So Lottie's here. Whoops. Did my husband see our dog, Lucy, yesterday? She passed a couple of years ago. He doesn't fully believe it.
Okay. This is another pendulum one. And typically, if he thinks that he did, It's usually the spirit of your dog coming back. Did Lottie's husband see Lucy yesterday? Did Lottie's husband see the spirit of Lucy yesterday? My pendulum is definitely saying yes, but it wouldn't move until I changed it to the spirit of Lucy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was a visitation. How lovely.
It was. So I have 2 dogs on the bed, and sometimes I'll feel a dog get up on the bed, and I look, and the 2 dogs have already been fast asleep. So it's a third animal that comes up on the bed, and so it's come be very subtle. But I get yes, Lucy is traveling from above, and says that she has a complete commitment to you, and especially your husband right now. She's by his side. She wants him to know that. That's why she presented to him. And she said, let me be your strength. Let me be your strength, because that's my job, whether I'm here or there with you, in the physical, doesn't matter. I'm your dog. I'll be your dog forever. I am your Lucy. So there you go. Yeah. That's that's great.
I say that all the time. Hi, Terry, holding your space. Nice to see you. Wow.
Oh, and Diana Oil Painter's on the road. So hello, dear. So
wow, she's been traveling a lot. I see her in the car a lot.
She's a busy lady. She really is. Okay, I saw a vision in my meditation yesterday. Vicki Howell, could you please help me with what I was seeing? Okay.
So for some reason, I'm picking up elemental or like a spirit animal and an energetic form. So they're the first things that popped in when I was tuning in, that it was animal-like energy, spirit, and elemental type of feeling. And I feel as though it may be just a different realm or a new realm, like you're accessing a different realm, that you saw this energetic being, which is like a spirit animal, or it could be the energy of a spirit animal. I'm not sure if that matches anything that you are seeing, but it's lovely that you see these things. And I don't know if you can draw or if you can paint or, make replicas of what you see. I don't see what you're seeing. I just see flashes of elementals and dragons and different types of she felt dragon. Wow. Yep.
Yeah. She says she's never done that before. Wow. She is the third person that I've heard of this weekend that felt dragons. So there's something opening up. They're coming out of their lair. I know Valerie Bradshaw sees them all the time, but this is recent, like 5 or 6 different other people. Wow.
Good for you, Vicki.
Absolutely. I hope you continue to see them. I think that you're going to have an abundance of visions that will be coming to you, and they will be showing themselves as the strength that they are. After I redo this reading, I'm going to run out and get what my mythological animal is very close to yours. So I have a beautiful statue of it. Anyway, abundance is on your way, and you are becoming more and more wide open to receiving what it is that you want to receive. So enjoy it. Don't be afraid of it. Just welcome it in and listen to what the messages are, because that is your freedom. That is your freedom, Vicki. Yeah, that's amazing. Wow.
And
the year of the dragon.
Go ahead. Sorry. While you're grabbing your dragon, Ellie, I just want to kind of share with everybody what my process was. And just want to say hello to the Crone Zone ladies that are here. Nice to see you. So my process is I wanted to tune in and I asked my guides to show me or to help me to what was most important for Vicky to know about the vision that she had. And they showed me like different types of spirit animals, different types of elementals. And it was only like a little flash, a little bit of a glimpse, a little like just a millisecond coming in. And then I waited and it was nothing, nothing, nothing. So I had to go with whatever it was that I first saw, sensed, and felt. And I said, I'm seeing animals and elementals. And as I was talking, they were giving me more information. But I think a lot of people are curious about what the process is. And I don't know. There's no certainty in the information that I have. The only certainty I have is when you validate it. That's the only way I know that the information was correct. It's an
Very
important
good.
part.
And thank you for sharing that, Jean. I think that's important. And it's important to trust your first impressions. I think that's the biggest takeaway that I get from that as well. So when we were having trouble with 2 years ago with a lady that we were trying to buy a practice from, the office manager, who is what you call a green man, which is also Pan, he uses Pan's energy, told me that I didn't need to worry because I had this particular mythological animal that was taking care of me. And last year he gave it to me, and it's a griffin. It's a griffin, and it is part of the dragon family. It has little babies here, which is really cute. But you can see it's got the back is a bird, but it's also got, I think it's the head of a lion. I don't know. Anyway, beautiful energy. And so whenever I'm feeling as though I've got a lot of people or problems against me, I think, oh, I'm protected by the griffins. So anyway.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All
yeah,
right.
That's amazing. It's beautiful, Allie.
Thank you. All right. Well, wonderful questions and insights today. And I found that was true yesterday as well. When I was on with JJ Tuda, she said that we are not just ascending anymore necessarily. We are there, which is causing some of us not to feel the greatest, but also is allowing us to see things that heretofore we hadn't seen. So that's beautiful. And so
absolutely.
So
Tuta is or JJ is here right now, and she said Medium Kim was talking about the Lion People Griffin yesterday.
Oh my goodness. That's wonderful, JJ. I hope you're feeling better today. I caught a little bit of you and Kim yesterday. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Joyful Journey would love to talk to you about your relationship with your son. Do we have a first name for him? I'm assuming, obviously, he's alive. And so if you could tell us what his first name is, that would help Jean. Oh, thanks, Diana. Yeah. Oh, wow. I'll have to go back and listen to the Hi, Mary. Mm-hmm. It is,
it's they're showing me that there's a little bit of a difference between our DNA and sharing the DNA with your children, and yet the soul being independent and separate from your soul. And they're telling me that he's independent, he's unique, and he is he's different in the sense that he has your DNA, but his soul has a different journey. His soul has a different vibration, and his soul has a different mission. And I feel as though you equate this with whether or not he is still connected to you. And through DNA, we are always connected, and there's always that silver cord. That physical connection will never sever, will never disappear. That's always there, but the soul expresses itself in such different ways that it's just love him for who he is. Not that you don't already love him for who he is, but love him just the way he is, and accept that the way he is the way it was intended. And I wouldn't question the relationship as much as um, honor the differences and the similarities. It's really hard because we want to keep our loved ones and our children close to us, and have them
Mm.
want to be near us and do the things with us and things like this. But when they're so different from us and they have a different, you're like, where did he get that? Who did he get that from? He didn't get that from my side of the family, you know. But he's quite unique and he has his own mission. I see that he has like determination and a goal set that is that the his thinking is not similar to perhaps many others in the family. But he does love you, and that soul bond and that DNA bond is lasts forever. You'll always be his mother, and
Mhm.
even if he's just a little different. Hmm.
So his name is Callum, but you didn't have any trouble getting through to him. So, and she says, I feel that he is on a very different journey, which is fine. My son is the same way. I have an affinity for my son, and I don't know, maybe it's a mother-son thing. Diana certainly learned a lot about that this week with Aaron and his car accident, just how close that tie really is in the physical. But the first card I pulled for you, Joyful, was reconciliation, and so it's as though you're so happy to be together. You're very, very, and you are together, and it's just a beautiful reconciliation. But he picked you because he knew he could go on a very different journey. Those are some of the criteria they look for when they are there. They don't want to be held back. If they don't want to be held back, they want to pick somebody that won't hold them back and yet have the same affinity for each other. There's a very passionate relationship, and I certainly don't mean sexual, but it just means you two really love each other a lot, and there's a lot there that you have for each other, and prosperity as well. So, yes, the prosperity is that both of you prosper from being in the same relationship as mother and son. So, yes, I think it's beautiful. What a wonderful relationship you have with him. Thank you for asking the question. Very nice. All right, Joyful, thank you. Debbie, no. How will the rest of the year go for me? Well, we only have, what, 6 weeks left? Is that? Or maybe
I know,
7.
isn't that crazy?
It's the fastest year, and yet we've packed so much into this year, haven't we? Yeah.
So, Debbie, I feel like it's up to you. I feel it's up to you to take charge of the new beginning, begin a new habit, begin a new self care routine, begin a new practice. And it can be something as small as, changing a dietary thing that you do every morning, or changing the just something different. And it's up to you. It's not like it's almost like it we can't just sit back and wait for things to occur to us. It's important for us to take charge and to start moving forward and making a change, no matter in what area it is that we're making the change. And it's once we do that, once we take the initiative and the action and start stepping outside of our comfort zone by changing our own routine, is when other things can happen. But it's not when we're sitting back and kind of waiting or in the same routine, or wondering. It's when you take action, other things happen for sure.
Wow. So I've got some really interesting cards here. I got the DNA card, but I'm guessing that it would be good for you to see if you can heal some ancestral trauma. That starts from you, and it goes both ways up and down the line. In order to do that, you just really need to sort of dig deeply into some of the wounds that you have in your current life, and look to where those origins began. And sometimes those origins don't seem obvious because they are from ancestors or the ancestral trauma. So take a look at that. It said be very strategic, like being on a chessboard, and think through what it is that you want to do. Um, things are unfolding for you, but remember, you don't have to go fast. A chess game is one that doesn't go particularly fast. Okay. It's strategic, though. And it says here practice and perfection. So I'm thinking that aligns with what Jean said about you make the most of the next until the end of the year. Set in motion what it is that you would like to see come to you in 2024 and work on those things. Clear out, clean up, start something new. And then it says, savor the holidays. Oh boy, the food's coming. Look at that. All of us could use this one. Yeah. I think we all gain about 20 pounds during at least I do, through the holidays. No wonder we always have to think about being on a diet at the first of the year, you know? All right. So we've got Hypnicity, looking for a message from a lady named Lissa who passed in 2021. She was a kind of a friend, it looks like. Okay. All right.
I feel as though she's saying that she's grateful. I see her saying that she's okay, that everything's okay where she is. She's saying, thank you for looking in on me. I'm not sure if you checked on her from time to time, or if you called her, or if you did Meals on Wheels, or if you went to visit a friend and she was the friend in the next room, or somehow she was like once removed, but you were always so very attentive to her. And there was a kindness between you two, and she just wants to thank you for your kindness. She's saying that she made it, and she's saying that it's glorious. And I don't use that word a lot, glorious. And she's saying that and what matters is the kindness that we show to one another here while we're here on earth in our human vessel. This kindness and compassion that we show to another soul is really what matters when we come to the other side. We do carry this love, this compassion, and this kindness. And she's saying, do this as much as we possibly can. It matters so much. She's saying that the blessings come with you to the other side. And she's saying that you're forever connected. And it's almost like you were placed in each other's path for a short period of time, but it was a little bit more intense than anticipated, because it wasn't a long relationship. It was, you didn't know each other for long, but you really connected on a deeper level. She just wants to thank you for your kindness, and she's saying that you're a wonderful soul. She's saying that she's sending you many blessings. She's saying you have many angels here on the other side watching over you. Wow.
Oh, how beautiful. So she was a professional bass player and did astrology. So that's cool. I mean, there are no accidents or coincidences. You were meant to meet her. So that's just beautiful. All right. So the card I pulled was, I know I'm in a different location. Sometimes I hide under the table, but I'm glad you asked about me, is what I got. Also, she says, I feel as though sometimes I have been a compass for others, and now it makes more sense to me, since she was an astrologer. Definitely, she showed people their compass, basically. She says, I'm being conscientious up here. I'm cleaning up whatever it is that I need to for my next incarnation. But I agree with Jean. I think she's saying, thanks a lot. I appreciate you asking about me. Because not everybody knows that this is possible. So thank you. Oh, she had long black hair. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. Melinda Salinas, I'm sorry we have all the questions we can take today. Hi, Anne Swantek. It's nice to see you. All right. All right, we have Wiki. She's a glutton for punishment. She's looking for a puppy. Uh-oh. I'm choosing between two, Gus or Lexi. Which do you think would be a better fit for my lifestyle?
Is
kind of
Gus?
dogs are they?
I know. Is Gus in Wiki's highest good? No. Is Lexi in Wiki's highest good? It looks like Lexi is a little bit more your speed. It looks like Gus might be a little too rambunctious for you. And it's Gus is like a circle and Lexi is like a yes, but Cavapoos. I don't know what a Cavapoo is.
Oh, Cavalier, King Charles Spaniel, and a poodle, right? Or no, poo. What is the poo? Is it a poodle? Okay, must be. I thought, yeah. Oh, that would be the right size, Wiki. Oh, wow. Oh, everybody's saying get both of them, Wiki. Actually, have a chat with Hypnicity, because she just got 2 puppies, and make your decision from what she says about getting 2 if you do. Yeah. They're
Yeah, and
hypoallergenic. Yes, a spoodle. Okay.
I would suggest
Okay, Jean.
using your own pendulum and checking with your own guides yourself just to make sure.
Listen to your soul voice. That's probably pendulum or inner gut, because you are the seeker. You know the answer. Either one, I think, will bring you freedom. Honestly, either one, the girl, one's a boy. I only get girls. That's just the way I work. I've had boys before, and my son only gets boys. So it isn't like, the one is better than the other, but maybe the energy, Jean says, of Gus might be a little bit too much. All right. Yeah, good luck either way. That's right. Oh, Vicky's daughter has one. She says they're wonderful. That's great. Good to know. And there's a lot of those poodles that are like Labradoodle and Golden Doodle, and all of them. They're matching them up now with other animal breeds. Okay, so Michelle would love to know from her spirit guides if she's on the right path.
I'm just going to use my pendulum.
Okay. We're getting a lot more questions about this, and I'm actually happy about that. There's nothing wrong with asking relational questions or questions about moving or, those types of things. But I'm seeing now people are more heading on a spiritual path. They're wanting, and they're wanting some help with that. And I'm thrilled about that. I'm thinking that's part of this 3D, 5D thing. Go ahead, Jean. I'm sorry.
I definitely am getting a yes on that, Michelle. And I think that it's important for you to check in with yourself and build your discernment and build your sort of gut instinct of where you want to go. But I do feel as though you're on the right path and that you're heading in the right direction. I feel as though your awareness is expanding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, Michelle, the first thing I get for you is to make sure that you use protection. Even those who have been on the path for a long, long time, myself included, we tend to forget that sometimes, that we need to cover ourselves in bubbles of protection or white light, especially when we get into our vehicles and in other circumstances. And we want to make sure that we're fully protected. We don't need anybody else interfering with our vibration. So that's just a reminder. The second one is justice. And I would say, yes, the justice card, is saying that you are weighing out what it's like to be in both worlds, because we have to. We live in a physical world, but we walk in a spiritual one as well. And so it's the balance that you have to think about. All of those things can be integrated. It just sometimes takes a little bit of time. And your guides say, we're not worried about your well-being, but we have concern for your well-being. So we're always there, and all you need to do is ask. And look at all the magnificent little white lights out there. So it's there to remind you that there's lots of different ways to go and find spiritual meaning. The angels and guides help us, fairies help us, elementals help us. Whatever it is that you want, all you need to do is ask. Also, ancestors are there for you, and the wonderful archangels as well. So, thank you.
Beautiful, Allie.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Jean. All right. So, Linnea, I love that little kitty cat. I'd like to know what direction my guides would like me to go on my spiritual path. Now, Linnea, only you know the answer to that.
Let's see what the guides have to say. They have some advice. They say, follow the light, go towards the light, focus on the light. And when they say that, it's not a light out here, it's a light in here. Go inside and focus on the light in here. Get to know oneself, get to know one's vibration, get to know your own discernment, your own instincts, your own intuition. This is where they want you to go. This is the direction they're asking all of us to go, because this is what connects to all the other realms. We are connected to the other realms, and it's important for us to go inside and not to look outside or at a guru or at a leader
Right.
or a figurehead of some others. It's important to come in here because we are all and we all have the ability inside us. However, it takes all of us together in order to make a change. But no one person can. Each of us have to make the change inside of ourselves in order for the whole world to change. We can't expect the world to change before we make that change inside of ourselves. And by change, I only mean becoming aware of who we are and building that awareness, that discernment, that connection, and raising our own vibration and being confident within, like I like to say, and I know it's a book, but sitting in the seat of our soul and walking hand in hand with our soul's vibration and our analytical or ego side. But this is the direction they want you to go. And that's a really good question because they won't let me stop talking.
Well, you gave a message that everybody needs to hear, and I love it, Jean. And we know that happens, that there are people that didn't ask the question, but they get something from the answer. And what a beautiful answer. That's beautiful. I'm sensing, Linnea, that you got the manifestation card, and look at it's the magic. And so, whatever it is that you would like to manifest, you need to figure it out, write it down, and ask for it as if it already is here, and then let it go and wait for the outcome. So manifestation is in your future. So the other thing that it's saying too is that whatever you'd like to manifest on the spiritual path is available to you. You just need to do it. You need, so maybe you dip your toes in different places just to see if you like it or not. And then you move on to what it is that resonates with you, because you have the talent. You have the talent, my girl. They say you have it. You have the talent, and that talent will also bring you prosperity. And there's nothing better than that. It isn't always money. It could be more friendships. It could be more chances to travel. I mean, prosperity is very, very broad. So I hope that helps, Linnea. I certainly will take the information Jean gave because I liked it myself.
Well, Teresa had a nice follow-up to that. And she says, when you're mapping where you are in space and time, remember you are the center point of your life. 7 directions: north, south, east, west, above, below, and center is yourself. That's really good, Teresa.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa is quite connected as well. So many of them, so many people that are here. Whether you think you are or not, you wouldn't be here if you weren't connected in some way to spirit, and spirit working with you. So thank you. Hi, Martha. All right. All right. We have Dear Flower Beauty, wondering what her guides would like her to know. Rewind and listen to what happened with.
They're saying be kind to yourself. They're saying that you are overcoming some deep challenges, and you are turning the corner, but they don't want you to turn so fast that like everything that you're carrying jumps out on the road. They're saying be gentle and turn that corner like with a purposeful turn, with a slow turn. Make sure you do it purposefully, slowly, with intention. And they said that it's not a quick fix. It's a process. It's a journey. And because you are turning the corner there and you feel the exhilaration of what's ahead and you feel this lightness and this letting go, they still want you to take measured action steps and practice the intention that it's a process and one day builds on top of another. But good for you. I see that you're definitely turning, and that's so funny. They showed me you turning the truck and having everything fall out of the top of the truck all over the road.
I got something really similar here. If you take a circle and you lay it down, which I know that sounds kind of hard, but if you lay it down on its side, it becomes a spiral. Or because spiral really is a bunch of circles, and that's what I get. So you are, as Jean said, with things turning and everything. The same thing with the circles. It's as though sometimes you feel like you're going in circles, but the reason you are is because you need to just go back a little bit and listen again. And that's what I got, listening. So go back and listen. Make sure you listen to what it is that your gut is telling you. And if you end up in that position where you feel like, oh God, didn't I deal with this already? No, but listen. What do you have to do for that? And the last card I get is the squeaky wheel. And what the typical expression is, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. In other words, speak up, speak out, talk to your guides. They will talk to you. If it's a squeaky wheel, and that's your voice in this case, they will give you the grease, or they will give you the help that you need in order to move forward. So there you go. Thank God I know
Flower
about
Beauty
metaphor.
also asked, what does turning the corner mean? And what I see is that you were it's your awareness, it's your ability to see things clearly, it's your perspective, whereas before you may have been clouded and disoriented, or maybe even disillusioned, where when you turn the corner it feels as though you have an awareness or a perspective that is enlightening and like a clear path in front of you. So that's what turning the corner means for me. So sorry I didn't make that clear, or that I didn't include
No,
that.
that's okay. Well, the other thing is that in some other countries, they don't understand our expressions. So
Okay.
That's another reason. Yeah. And that's okay. Ask the questions if you're not sure of what we're saying. So, all right. So we have Mrs. Cat Mama Dewdrop in. May I ask a question? I'm having challenges getting moved out of my old place. Will I be able to successfully complete my move this month? All right, sweetheart. Yeah, you don't want to have to pay double rent. Ooh, boy. That would be no good.
So I asked if it was possible that you are totally moved out of your place before the end of the month. It says it's possible.
Okay. Okay,
and you are
so
able to achieve it as well. I was just asking if it was possible, and now she is able to achieve it. So it is definitely possible, and you are able to do it. So I feel as though the ball is in your court. Go ahead, Allie. I'm sorry.
I know she was having some concerns. No, that's okay. I pulled cards for you, and I know you were having some concerns earlier in the week, or maybe it was last week. But I get here that the first card I get is the Rosary, and I'm seeing this is part of your spiritual path, what you're going through. And I'm sorry to say that, but trying to find a way to move and get everything accomplished. So they want you to perhaps, and it doesn't have to be Catholic. It's just that it's a spiritual thing that we're looking at. So they want you to ask your guides, ask your angels to find people that can help you, and make a commitment. So I think you're going to find somebody that will make a commitment to helping you if you can't do it yourself. And guess why? And this, it's your health issue, and that's the thing that's really been concerning you. So we understand why. You can't make this up. I knew it was a health issue, but cards did too. So, all right. Reconnect is the last one I get. Reconnection with somebody that that can help you out. That's what I'm getting. But Jean, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling that she will. Yeah.
Yeah, and believe in miracles, Cat Mama. Try not to limit yourself to the end of the month. I know that that's when you have to be out, but just take it one day at a time and believe in miracles. This time is malleable these days, and it can stretch out and seem like you're having more time than what you thought you had. And try not to limit yourself in your mind that you only have this amount of days. Say, I have plenty of time. I'm taking each day as it comes, and I'm going to do it. It's going to happen. Yep.
Absolutely, dear. Good luck, dear. I wish I could be there to help you out. I would be. So, all right. So Renee Lopez is our final question for the day, and then we'll be doing a community card reading. Okay. Her real name is Rebecca. Her best friend is Michael, who is in spirit, and she would like to have a message from him.
So he's I get the feeling that he's watching over you, and he's sort of like coaching you and just saying, you're doing great, you're hanging in there. And he's saying he's really proud of you, and the strength and the fortitude that you are showing, your resilience. It's almost like in the face of adversity, you have this strength that comes out of nowhere. Like if somebody were to say, would you be able to do that? You'd be like, no way, I would never be able to do that. But if you're faced with this situation and it's in your midst, you grow this sort of strength and fortitude. He's saying that he's just really very proud of. And he's saying, rely on this, believe that this is you, this is your energy. He's saying this is what he loved about you. You always had the right thing to say to him. You always had insight and good advice, and you were a good listener. He's saying that he really appreciates the friendship and the love that you shared with him. And he's saying that it made all the difference in the world to his life, that you helped him through difficult situations and difficult times, and know that you did make a difference in his life. He's showing me Batman or Catwoman. I'm not sure if you guys like this, or if you went to see these movies, or if he was in these movies, but he sees you almost as like, what do they call him? Like not a freedom fighter, but like like a villain fighter, or somebody who was like, you just put that mask on and you have this ability. You're a superhero. You're a superhero, Joan, is what he's trying to say to me, that you have this ability to change and to adapt in order to become this superhero that you are in his eyes, is what he's saying. And he's showing me Catwoman. Oh, he's very childlike. Okay.
He says that's him. He's very childlike. Yeah. Wow. That's wonderful. All right. So, excuse me, the card I got was labor. I'm sensing he's busy over there. I don't know if he's busy learning all about things he didn't know, that existed before, including being over there and going, wow, this place is amazing. I had no idea, or I didn't remember. The second one is the spirit throne. And what this tells me is he's sitting with you all the time. Can you see this sort of spiritual, ghost-like image? He says, I'm there. You just don't see me. Set a place for me at the table because I'll be there. Just all you have to do is think about me and I'm there. And I'm sitting right next to you. And finally, he says, and must be his childlike nature, because this is like a puppets and things like that. And so he says, this is an act of love for you, and thank you for asking about me, which is an act of love as well, that you think about me all the time and that you wanted to know more about what I was doing. And finally, he says, fertility is in your future, which doesn't necessarily mean children, but what it means is the ground is fertile for you to grow and to talk to him directly. So listen to your dreams, and Renee, and make sure that you know that he is there and can come to you in that. You may not remember when you wake up, but hopefully after a period of time you will. Just set your intention before you go to sleep. Okay. Thank you. And Terry Renner said that she has a beautiful guardian spirit that's with her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Giant guardian spirit. Yeah, that's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that, Terry. All right. So, Jean, we have some time before we close here today, and I'm excited about it because we don't always, and we tend to go in. So before we do a collective reading, do you have something else coming up today or tomorrow that you'd like to tell people about?
I do, Allie. And I'm giggling because you're part of it. If you're feeling up to it, I do have Valerie from Illumination Portal coming on my channel later on today at 2:30 Eastern. I guess that's 11:30 Pacific. And on Monday, tomorrow, I have Allie, Heart and Soul Connected, coming on my show, and we'll be there 4 p.m. East, 4 p.m. Eastern, and it is 1 p.m. Pacific. And then we are doing our Magic Monday with Joan, myself, and Terry Suzuki is going to make a long distance appearance. Hopefully, we're keeping our fingers crossed that everything works out.
She had to bail for me. Yeah.
I tell you, she's a trooper, and she wants to stay in the game. And we're going to be doing it at 7 p.m. Eastern, which is, I don't know what time, Japan time, but we're changing our time a little bit, making it a little later so that we can all be together and awake.
Yeah.
But
well, good. I wasn't able to. I miss her. I do miss her. Yeah. You do have things. And what, Jean? I'm sorry.
I actually, I'm chatting with her, and my husband's like, was that your friend Terry? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, isn't she in Japan? I'm like, yeah, but we're still chatting. It's hard. It's at obscure times, but we're still chatting. So she's doing really well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. Thanks. Coyote Rosenbaum says, I love the community. And Vicki said the same thing. And we love you all. We wouldn't be here without you all. We just adore all of you and appreciate you. And it is something that I've always wanted, was a spiritual community in my life. And I'm happy to take it this way. If it works in differently later, that's fine too. But if I can't go somewhere and meet you all, it's wonderful to have this forum to do that. Yeah, you're welcome, Martha. So let's go for a community reading for all of us for the week. We'll see what we can come up with. And let's give Jean a few minutes to tap in.
Well, actually, I already know. They're telling me as you were talking, I was preparing, but they want us to engage in the what is out there for us. Take a class, read a book, try Akashic record reading, and do the there's a Reiki class going on. I think Debbie from Freebird is doing a Reiki class. It's important
Good.
to engage because it opens up the possibilities and it tunes you to a different frequency. Even if you don't end up practicing and working with Reiki, it's the experience of being in the class, learning about how energy works and receiving that attunement, or taking the Akashic Record class, or even if it's not something that you want to become, it's really important to take the class. And not just that, it's the community that you're connecting with. But there is something that is really very special about learning a new spiritual skill. And just go where you're led, and it's the wave of the future, and you're all here because you are intuitive, you are empathic, and you do have you know abilities that are yet untapped, or maybe you just like it the way it is. But they're encouraging us to step out and to grow and to develop our own metaphysical skills and abilities.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right. Um, and everything sort of does ripple into something else. Learning a little bit about this, you take what works for you, what resonates, and then you learn something else, and you become who you were meant to be, who you've been putting off, perhaps. Yesterday, when I was on with JJ, Tuda came through and said, there's a lot of us that are going through a lot of things, and animals are also going through this. So if you've got some animals that are feeling you're noticing they're feeling skittish, or they're feeling a little more needy than they have in the past, they're feeling all these changing energies, and they're wanting reassurance from you. And perhaps the wild animals are doing the same thing, but the ones that you have in your home are your family, and they are reaching out to you because you are their protector as much as they are your protector. Yes, be a seeker is exactly what I got, Jean, is just exactly what you said. And stretch those seeking muscles, because we're not only teachers, we are students, and we then become teachers again and students and teachers and students. It's a constant journey, and we never will know everything we need to know, because it's just too much to know. That's why it's so good to be aligned with different channels and different people here, because everybody has something similar, but a lot of things different. Savor, and there's that savor card right now. And so, Teresa, there you go. There's your message. Savor what it is that you're going through. Finally, wholeness, and that's all. This is exactly what Jean's guides and Jean had brought through, was that all of these things connect you to the whole person that you were meant to be, your authenticity. And we can never know too much. We can never learn and grow too much. We are always placed in the right time and the right space to learn the right lesson that we need to know for the moment. And all we have to do is, as Sonia said, listen to your heart. There you go. Beautiful. Yep.
So
I love this, Teresa. Go ahead, honey.
So Warrior Girl is saying that John Binney has free webinar classes, and it's starting today. And Lottie B said she booked 2 classes in the past couple of days. And Leslie said she's taking Debbie's Reiki class and Val's Akashic reading class. Leslie, you're going to be off the charts. There's still time to sign up for the Akashic class. It's very reasonably priced. How sweet. Thank you, everybody. If you have a suggestion or a class that you really enjoyed, please do share it, and mention it below if you're watching later. And it's a good resource.
Yeah.
It's a good suggestion, and not everything to be the timing, it may not be good for you, but the one that is the one you're meant to be part of. Yeah.
That's very good. So thank you, Jean. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow, and have a wonderful day, everybody, and get some rest if you need to. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Al.